Victoria, so nice to officially meet you.
Brew, nice to officially meet you too.
We've been at events, and I don't know why I haven't said hi. I mean, that's on me. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
Yeah, I was like, so sorry. But, you look so busy and so important that I'm like,
yeah.
trying. You know what my favorite one was, though? And this is not how I knew I couldn't say hi, is because it was like a Spotify thing that you did karaoke at.
Oh, you were at that event?
Oh, it was front row. I was just, and I wanted to. I was supposed to go after you. I can't follow that up.
Wait, are you serious? Well, I didn't even know if I really wanted to go up there.
Right.
But then, like, our friends, like, put our names down, and I was like, and then they called us. I was like, okay, I guess I have to do it now. And we did, like, that Taylor Swift song, which was fun. But, yeah, I was like a little tipsy.
Yeah, you have to. That's how I was doing. I was like, my name's coming up the list. I better start just a little liquid courage.
Fun, though. That's so funny that you were there.
I remember, because my girlfriend went up and did it, and then
she did. What song did she do?
She did "Before He Cheats," Carrie Underwood.
Oh yes,
classic.
That's amazing.
What's your go-to karaoke song if you had to pick it? Is it Taylor Swift's or is it?
I mean, I do love some Taylor Swift, but I think my go-to karaoke song would probably be "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" by Shania Twain.
That's mine.
It's like a crowd
She knows.
pleaser.
I say that every time. That's mine. That was what I was going to sing.
No.
And then I was like, I can't follow that up with
you
this.
Should have.
But it's such a good song because it's just an anthem, and it works for
such an anthem.
girls,
it gets
guys.
everyone going. Or how old are you?
28. Remember, I just turned 28.
Oh, nice.
2 days
Happy
ago.
belated birthday.
Thank
2
you so
days
much.
ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Thanks.
But I don't know if you remember, like, Outkast, the group. Were you too young for them?
Yeah,
Or
of
like,
course.
oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, I work in the radio. I play all that stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you know the song "Speaker Box" by Big Boy? That's probably like another go-to one for me.
It's a good, like, not deep cut, but it's like not the traditional.
A little bit, yeah. But I know, like, for some reason, it's one of those songs that just has always stuck in my brain. Like, I learned all the lyrics. I think when it first came out, I must have been like 10 years old or something.
Yeah.
And the words have not left my brain since. Like, I will not have heard the song for years, and then if it comes on the radio, every single word comes back to me.
Yeah. It's like that
It's a
Captain
good one.
America, like Winter Soldier thing where it's like you switch,
Yeah.
it goes, and you just remember everything. I'm with that with Down by, with Lil
Down,
Wayne
down,
and,
down.
what's his
No.
name? Yeah.
Oh, that one?
Jay Sean, that's what it was.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You turn on the Lil Wayne lyrics, I know every lyric, and I haven't heard it in like a decade.
It's always like down.
When
was
it's supposed to be. Yeah. Or, I was like, no, we're just going down the karaoke route. What was it? Jesse McCartney. Beautiful Soul.
Oh, Beautiful Soul.
Yeah. Those like teen years where it just like,
That
I
was
don't know.
I don't want another pretty face. I don't want... Or Leavin' is also a good one by Justin McCartney.
Leavin'? Yeah.
You know that one?
Underrated hits. Yeah, I was singing it this morning because I was thinking about how many underrated songs he has.
Yeah.
It's the other one, like, I don't know. Anyways, we could go all day
Justin
around
McCartney,
these like
we love you.
these playlists.
Icon.
Speaking of throwbacks too, like guess what I found today? Look at this.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Look at this thing.
wow. I remember that. I had a red one.
Really? Remember like the long ones and then the one without a screen? It's just crazy. I was just turning it on to see if it still works. It does. Got all the songs going and stuff.
Oh, no way.
That's
That's fun.
But you are nostalgia for so many people. Like whenever we see you, we're just like, oh, you remind me so much of like whatever, different childhood memories. Even now,
It's
people discovering you. What is something you're super nostalgic for? Like, does anything come up where you're like,
Yeah. Oh
Love
my
it.
gosh, so many things. I mean, like, I grew up watching Lizzie McGuire, so that is super nostalgic for me. I remember I was at an event and I saw Hilary Duff, and like I full on had like a fangirl
a
moment.
you and me moment where I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, no, but yeah, and like watching That So Raven growing up, and shows like Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't know if you ever saw that,
That's freaky.
and then like. I mean, when I was younger, I remember wearing like Paul Frank all the time, which is like the monkey shirts.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like certain candies are very nostalgic for me, like Gushers, super
Oh, man.
nostalgic.
Baby bottle pops.
Baby Bottle Pop, and like Furbies and Tamagotchis, like all that stuff just really brings me back to my 90s.
You grew up at such a good
childhood.
time,
It
all
was
that
a good
stuff's
time.
so
It
much
was
fun.
a really good time.
Did you ever have a MySpace?
Oh, of course I had MySpace.
What was your
loved
song when you
MySpace.
visited the profile? That's
I
another
remember
one.
like peak Victoria MySpace was Sean Kingston.
Oh,
Damn
beautiful
all these beautiful girls.
God, we just got to do karaoke again. There's so many good songs.
So many good ones.
to get
But
into.
MySpace was rough though, because you had your top 8 and like it hurt so many people's feelings.
Yeah, they knew. They knew.
And like if you go to your friend's profile and then you see that you got moved down on the top 8, you're like,
Yeah,
could you do
personal.
this?
Like you actively chose to move me
yeah,
down.
like wow.
Oh my gosh, people! It was like before subtweeting was a thing. Was like the song and all that stuff. So funny.
Totally.
What an era. Got to bring it back. I feel
know.
like that would do well now.
I think so too.
You know?
I think MySpace needs to come back for sure.
Yeah.
Those were fun days. And you'd have like your layout. Okay, I'm getting
Yeah, no,
like,
absolutely. God,
so
so good.
fun.
We're in 2024, by the way. How is the first like half gone for you? How's it been?
It's been good. I've been busy. I've been putting out music, which has been really fun, doing it independently. I released a song around my birthday, a song called Tripped. I released another song recently called Raw. I've been writing a lot. And I'm just, it's been good. I've just been busy.
Yeah, well, congratulations on all that. So fun.
Thanks.
What is the decision to do independent like? Tell me what that process was like to go that path.
Yeah, I think I've gone the label route. I had like a deal when I was younger with Columbia and didn't work out for a multitude of reasons. And then I kind of took a step back from music and focused more on acting. I did a show for MTV, but music is always it's always something that I love and that is going to be a part of me. And like, I caught the bug for songwriting when I was 16, when I went in my first writing session for Victorious. But I think like, the label thing, unless it's the right deal, I feel like that hasn't made sense for me right now. So I think it's just been really creatively gratifying to just make music with people that I like. And if I write a song that I love and I want to put it out, like I just put it out.
Totally.
And there's no one to tell me like, no, you can't do this or you have to do it this way or whatever. So I think that's been really cool. But at the same time, like being independent, like is a grind. Like it's tough because I'm fully self-funded. I don't have the machine behind me that's going to get me at like the top of like these major playlists or like, that kind of exposure, which would be nice because obviously I want people to hear the music that I'm making. But I feel like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I'm in like the building phase right now. And like, who knows if the label thing will work out in the future. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But if not, I think regardless, I'm going to continue writing music and making stuff that I love. And it's always going to be a part of like what I do and who I am.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's so crazy how like people just don't know the side of it where it's just such a machine and like all these different steps and how the game works and all that stuff. So I give you a lot of credit for like enjoying it and getting to do what you want. I think it's going to be more and more popular as like, just as we go because, with different platforms and just ways to put it out and really like promote yourself.
It's so much easier for people to just put music out for themselves now, which is really awesome.
Half my playlist I find from like TikTok, it's just like, ooh, I like that song. Save that.
Exactly.
And Raw is such a vibe. Love the song. Tell me about how it came to be and like the inspiration to write it.
Yeah, so I have been working a lot with this producer named Toby Gad, who is incredible. He wrote Big Girls Don't Cry with Fergie and All of Me with John Legend. And he's like a pretty legendary songwriter, producer. And we reconnected recently and we were going to do a writing camp in Baja, Mexico. It is like 2 homes there. Like he's just living the life. It was such a dream. It was so dreamy. But before we went, I was writing in my journal about I was just mulling around like, what do I want to write about? Like, what do I want this song to be? And I started writing about what I'm looking for, like in love. And so I just wrote down in my journal and I was like, I want someone to love me for my awkward, my messy, my sad, and all my sexy, my anxious, my ugly, my anxious, my love, messing up my lyrics. No. My anxious, my lovely, my weird, and all my ugly. And I was like, ooh, I feel like there's something here. I feel like I just wanted to write a song that was also kind of in the vein. I was very much inspired by the song Bitch by Meredith Brooks and Gotta Be by Desiree. And so I wanted to write a song that felt like authentic, but also empowering. And, I feel like it's definitely something that I relate to, but I feel like it's a pretty universal theme of like when you are starting to fall for someone or getting into a new relationship, it's exciting, but it's also scary because it's like, I have to show this person, all these sides of me and all these layers to me. And it's like, if I'm going to let down those walls, like, are you going to be someone who's going to like love me and accept me and stick around for all of it and not just, want to see the shiny, pretty, perfect stuff, but also like truly accept me and want to see me for the whole of who I am, like the raw stuff.
Totally. I mean, it's a great message too. And I'm sure people are resonating with the song in itself. Is like an album kind of in the works? Is that something on your mind or is it more so like
It's definitely on my mind. I mean, like that, I think is my dream to make like a cohesive body of work. I think right now I've kind of been in the mindset of like just write songs that feel authentic to what I'm feeling right now and put them out as I go. I would love for it to eventually lead up to an EP or a full album, but I can't say that like I'm still very much in the process of just like writing stuff and when that comes together, it'll come together, but I don't have like a set
project in the works
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the better question is like, what does that era sound like? Is Raw a good example of it, or is it just going to be? Is there any lane specifically that you're like to explore that kind of feels right for that next era? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think Raw is definitely a good example of the music to come. What I really love about this song is that it really feels like a great step in the right direction for me, because the song, it feels very authentic, it feels very honest, it has that singer-songwriter-y vibe to it, but it also has like a mature kind of musicality and sophistication to it, which I really like. And I think my music going forward that I've been working on, it's like a handful of different stuff, but I think overall, like it's empowering. I think it's like fun, it's sexy, and it's honest, which I think are all things that are really important to me. I think I have a song coming out soon. I don't know if by the time this airs, it might already be out.
Hey, I don't know. Roll the dice.
Yeah, I can talk about it. Okay.
All right.
I wrote like one of my favorite songs ever. I wrote a song for my sister. It's called Hate the World Without You, parentheses Maddie's song. And it's like, I think the most special song that I've ever released. It like obviously has a lot of sentimental value to me, but my parents are also in the song. I took like clips from home movies, and like my stepdad and my mom were in it, and like you hear me at 3 years old talking about, my sister. My stepdad at the beginning goes like, "So how does it feel to see your new baby sister?" And then in my response at 3, I go, I'm flabbergasted.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what?
Big vocabulary.
What did I say?
Yeah. You definitely heard that somewhere. I was like, I'm using that.
It's like
saving that for that one. That is so fun. Is that going to be like the visual for it? Like the music video, or you could do something separate with your family?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I do want to make a video of like a bunch of home movie clips, but apparently like they're all on like these different formats because it's from old camcorders, so it's gonna be like a complete mission to do this. But I'm very much dead set on doing this. Like I want to get it done.
You have to. There's like a place you can send it all to, by the way. They'll format it for you.
Really?
It's in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, you should totally do that because it's not worth trying to like go into it and convert all that. Because you're right, it's like file names we've never even heard of.
I don't even like. I
we do the same thing.
Attack. I like it's too much. That's
like,
too much.
It's like cassettes of like in the Sony, that I'm like, how do I even? Where do I even put this into?
It's crazy, but I feel like it would just be such a special thing to have, like for the rest of my life, to just have this video, these home videos of me and my sister. And
I love
it's
that.
my gift to her for her birthday too.
Aw, when's her birthday?
May 28th.
Oh my gosh! Well, happy birthday whenever this comes out. Yeah, belated or early,
Yes.
or on the day.
She's going to be 28 too.
Wow, love it. It's a good year. 28's a good. Feel good things in the future. What is like your motto for 2024? Do you have anything in mind that you're like living with right now?
I think my motto for 2024 is to get 1% better every day.
Oof.
I really like that idea because I feel like sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to, like, I have to prove so much in this way, and it's like, be the best that I can be now. And that's just not realistic. And I don't think it's fair to put that kind of pressure on ourselves because, Rome wasn't built in a day. These things take time. And if you just can commit to yourself to say, like, okay, I'm at least going to try to make these small changes consistently, just try to be 1% better in, these different aspects of my life every day, then eventually you're gonna get there.
365% better, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
You take some negatives every now and then, but
exactly,
that's I love that quote. It's really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's why the resolutions never really work out. Do you have any New Year's resolution, or are you not that kind of person?
No, I am that kind of person. Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, what was my resolution?
I think mine was to cook more, failing it terrible.
Oh, I do want to cook more too.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing well with that either.
Yeah. Well, you were cooking the other day, right? With Daniela? Were you doing something?
Oh, yeah.
What were you guys making?
Danielle, well, she's like a legit
she
cook.
is?
Like, she's amazing. Well, she's vegan and super healthy. And so she has all these incredible vegan recipes and like raw recipes. And so when I had like my song Raw come out, I was like, I have to reach out to Daniela and we have to do like a raw recipe together.
Yeah. You made like raw vegan, or was it like sushi?
We made a zucchini pasta with like a cashew like dressing thing, which was pretty good.
Wow.
I like zucchini pasta as like spaghetti.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. We like
turned
a
out well?
smoothie. Yeah, it was good. It was
That's
good.
so fun. I mean, I hope you know how much we love and appreciate that content when you guys do stuff.
Really?
Like, well, whether it's just the viral sound or it's
Yeah,
like you in the
that was so
kitchen or
fun,
like
I know.
making like throwback whatever like references. We all get them. We love them. How
It's
fun is it? You
fun.
guys like still stay in touch or get together when you can? You know, especially like with Daniela.
Yeah, I love Daniela. I mean, I think it's like. It's so I love the entire cast. I think it's so I wish I could see them all more often, but
Right, so
because
busy.
you know, everyone's busy and like living in different parts of the world and like I don't even know where everyone is like half the time. But yeah, I mean, whenever I get to see any of them, it's always like so
So much
nice
fun.
and so fun. And
Well,
very
thanks for-
nostalgic
yeah.
for me obviously too, because that was such a huge and important and special part of my life. So it just
Totally.
brings back a lot of
Well, thank you for
like,
including us
memories.
because again, we love that stuff, and it's just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like break the internet stuff. Speaking of
it's fun.
being so busy, I mean, you're still doing everything you can with music and acting, and you got some fun
Yeah.
projects coming up.
Yeah.
Suits LA.
Suits LA, yeah.
I missed the train when it first came out, the regular Suits.
Yeah.
I am so deep into it right now. Like I'm in. I don't
You
know,
and
the
so
fifth
many
season.
people. It's like
I
a
mean,
huge thing.
Netflix is wild. So like, did you like the show watching it? Did you ever want to be a lawyer? Like, tell me what you can about the show.
Definitely never wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay, got you.
Too much reading for me. I think
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
You ever
have
look
the
through a
attention span
contract
for
like
that.
your agent sends? You're like, I can't even.
Yeah, no.
I trust you.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool. Where do I sign? Just,
Right.
Just highlight the region in which I need to sign,
Yeah.
and I will be good. Yeah, no, but I mean, I didn't watch the show originally. When I got the offer to do this guest spot, and it's like a quick little spot, but
Okay.
I like watched the first episode. I was like, oh, this is a really good show. The writing is really good. It's like fast paced. It's cool. But yeah, it was super fun. But I had no idea that it has like such a cult following. When I posted about
Neither.
it on my stories, like so many of my friends were like, "Oh my god, you're doing Suits! Like that's the coolest thing you could do."
Right.
I was like, I had no clue.
I know, and it's
But-
like not related, is what I'm guessing, but it's still like in the tree of how that show kind of works, I
Yeah,
guess. But yeah, I can't believe you
exactly.
haven't dove into it yet. It's so like
I know. I need to dive in.
have no interest in legal stuff, but the show is
Yeah.
just so good, and it's like Meghan Markle before.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know,
whoa,
it's funny to
this
see
feels
her.
weird to see the Duchess, being
Yeah.
like just a normal,
No, but it's a great show, and I will say, like, just being on the set, like the sets were beautiful. Like, they're definitely putting a lot into it, and I think people are going to be really.
That's so
pleased.
cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love to
It
hear
was really
that.
fun.
So no lawyer. If you
Definitely.
if you weren't like an international pop star, you know,
Although
like
my
what was?
last name is Justice, so I feel like that. Like, can you think of a
Can you
better
imagine?
lawyer?
Wow. You walk into the courtroom, we're like, it's over. She's here for one thing and one thing only.
That's right.
But
Justice
other than
will
you
be
know,
served, ladies and
Yeah, yeah.
gentlemen.
That's the motto for 2024.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than doing what you're doing now, which is obviously so fun and like so handmade for you, is there anything else that you ever thought of doing growing up?
I mean, when I was younger, I used to always say I wanted to be a marine biologist.
Why is that the most common thing?
I don't know. I think it's just I grew up in Florida and I loved the ocean, but yeah, it really is
Yeah.
a common thing. Like I think a lot of people do say that. But now I don't think I would want to be a marine
Yeah.
biologist.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I just love anything in the creative space. I feel like if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now full time, I would love to either be like a full-time songwriter or a photographer. I actually really like being behind the camera. It's really, really fun for me. Or like, I don't know, working with people with special needs, I think has always been something that's been really close to my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many.
It's great you can do all that stuff. You know, it's like it's always
Yeah.
options, whether it is philanthropic
That's
or it's
true.
like you want to step behind the camera for an episode or something and direct it.
That's true.
It's always open. So that's really fun about
Yeah.
your career. When
What
it
about
comes,
you?
Oh man. Well, I always wanted to do music. I have no musical talent, so I have to do, like talk to you guys, the actual talented people. But I don't know. I'm so happy I ended up in this. It's like everything works
Yeah.
out the way it's supposed to be. But
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Maybe something in the TV world of like, doing that behind the scenes stuff's always fun. But
Yeah.
I love this. I love doing audio and hosting and all that good stuff. So
That's
it's great.
awesome. Well,
Yeah.
you're good at it, so.
Oh, thank you so much.
Keep doing what you're doing.
It's been a blast. But being so multifaceted like yourself, whether it be a film project or a music project, who is someone that like if they called and you just picked up the phone or like do this project, you would be an instant yes? Like who would that person be? I know it's kind of a loaded question.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like the first people that are coming to my mind on the acting side, like if Greta Gerwig
Oh man.
were to ever call me up and be like,
Barbie?
hey. Even if she was like, "Oh, can you say this one line in my next one?" I'd be like, "Yes." When do I? When do I get there?
Totally.
When do you need me?
So iconic.
Yeah, she's just amazing. Or like Kristen Wiig. I would love to be a part of anything that she's a part of.
So funny.
I love her. And then musically, I mean, I would love to do something with John Bellion.
Oh yeah.
He's one of my favorite producers and songwriters, and so
Gosh, I wouldn't count that
talented.
one out too. He's like
gosh.
such a collab king. Like loves helping out.
Yeah.
He's becoming like the
Oh my
Ryan
God.
Tedder. You know, he's like doing all these things that
They're both so good.
become hits. You know.
If either one of them called me, I'd be like, yes, when, where? I'm on my
When
way.
and where? Book the flights. What is harder? I'm always curious. I mean, it's such a again complex question, but acting and music. What is like harder, or maybe more like your I guess lane? You know what I mean? Not that there is one, but
I mean, people always ask me like which one I like more, and that's so hard to answer because I feel like I love both for such different reasons, and they're both gratifying in different ways. But I would say I think that acting is probably harder, just because most of the time when I'm filming something, you know, the last couple of movies that I did for Netflix, I flew to South Africa, I flew to Australia, which is amazing and one of my favorite parts of the job. But it's also like, you know, you never know when you're going to end up. You're usually on location. So you're like taken away from your home and like the things that, you know, your comfort zone. And the days are usually pretty long, and there's a lot of like waiting around, and you have to memorize a bunch of lines. And like, if it's a really emotional scene, like that can be really taxing. It can be tough.
yeah.
So I feel like acting might be harder. And music can be hard too. I mean, it's like, it can be frustrating if you're in a session and you feel like you can't think of any ideas and it's just not flowing. But I feel like I don't know, it's just like such a personal journey and experience. And it's such a magical thing to go into a room with an idea and just create something out of nothing. And then you just have this song that captures an entire feeling or a story that you can then have forever and share with the world. And then people can feel that same feeling in a matter of like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's just really, it's
so
really
authentic,
magical.
you know, and it's like all about you, not in a bad way, but just like, you know, it's coming from you and everything, and acting, you know, it just sounds like it's very much a roller coaster, like a lot of stop starting.
It is a roller, and
being
also
someone
it's
else.
like I have no control when it comes to
Yeah,
acting.
so true.
I have zero control. I don't write any of the words. I just show up. I do my thing. It's like I don't know how they're gonna edit it. I don't know. You know, like I just once I leave set, it's like my hands are off the wheel. I have
so true.
No control.
It seems stressful just to be like, God, I hope it look. Like,
Yeah,
I hope they have the right
be a
vision.
little stressful, yeah, but it's fun. It can also be really beautiful and amazing.
Absolutely. Well, you have like the best fans and also like comment sections. I don't know if you go through them and everything, but like people
sometimes.
are so nice about like they're like, I always want to age like Victoria. You know what I mean? And honestly,
I know, it's so nice.
Yeah, we gotta talk like skincare routines. Like, what is the?
Oh my gosh!
You know, your secret.
I mean, honestly, that's so nice. Every time, like, it's just kind of people to say that. I don't know. I mean, I think like my mom's like 100% Puerto Rican, so like,
damn,
I'm gonna put it all on her. Like, I think it's like partially a genetic thing, maybe. But like, I don't know. Like, I'm just very. Like, my skincare routine, I don't think is anything really that crazy. Like, I use like a Clarisonic when I can, because I like to just like get out, especially when I wear a lot of makeup for, you know, an event or like if I'm filming, I just like want to get it all out of my pores.
Scrub.
Like, but yeah, I just use like, I love moisturizer. I love feeling like hydrated. But I will say like I'm very, because like skincare isn't just all about what you put on your face, right?
No.
It's also a lot of it comes from the inside. So making sure that, you know, I try not to drink a lot. You know, I'll drink socially occasionally,
Hey,
but like nothing
karaoke?
crazy. Yes, that night, definitely. Everything in moderation. I don't smoke, and I'm big on like I wear hats when I can, like sunscreen. That's an important thing.
Oh, there you go. That's
you
always
have to wear sunscreen every day.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Every day, especially
So
out here.
that's the best advice I can give.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so interesting too, because like you're right. It's like I'm definitely even not at all into the skincare world of it, but it's so much like diet I've learned. If I eat like
my
McDonald's for a couple days, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or the
Same.
drinking thing, which is huge. But yeah, sunscreen is like one that I'm probably learning a little too late, but
No,
glad
I mean-
better late than never. You know.
And also, you're fair too, so you got to put on the sunscreen.
Yeah. Fair. I like that. That's a good term. Yeah.
Fair skin.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good to know. It's like I'm trying my
I'm
best.
acting like I'm a dermatologist over here. I don't
Yes.
really know what I'm talking about.
Please,
but,
I have a couple moles I need you to look at. No, I'm just kidding.
You know,
Let me see.
it's better than-
Well, for 2024, we talked about the mottos. What's like a bucket list thing, some goals? What are you looking forward to the most for, you know, the later half of this year?
Oh man, I mean, bucket list thing, I think I'm just excited to travel. I've been wanting to go to Tokyo for such a long time, so maybe I'll try to do that this year, or just like spend some time in Europe. I want to take a step away for a second and just go somewhere totally new and explore for a little bit.
You ever been to Korea? Not to interrupt.
I've never been to Korea.
Just got back on Friday.
That's like the homeland of like skincare too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got like an
incredible
18-step scalp thing.
They have like glass skin. I'm like, what I would give to just peel
You should have
off
seen me
your
before I
skin
got
and put it
back.
on my
I looked
face.
nothing like this. It's a completely different
Were you
human.
just in Korea?
Yeah, I got back Friday. So I'm still getting adjusted at the time. That's the worst part is like the jet lag.
Yeah.
It was wild. I did like an 18-step scalp renewal, and they have the cameras and they show your scalp, and I was like, ooh. And then they do it, and it's like a baby. It's like brand new. Not bald, but you know what I mean.
Wow. That sounds like a dream. I'm
that's
so into all that kind of stuff.
To add to the list. Yeah, so good.
But also like, I'm also just really excited to continue to make more music. Like I'm feeling really inspired right now. I'm cranking the songs out and releasing them quickly, and I just can't wait to keep sharing that with people, to keep writing, and who knows on the acting side what's going to come up, but I'm just excited to like adventure, have fun, work hard, play hard.
Amen.
Do all the things.
How many songs do you have in the bank right now, if you had to say?
In the bank right now that like I love and I definitely want to put out, I would say like a handful of songs.
Yeah. Not
anything too crazy. I have like, I mean, my sister song that I think would already have been out by now, which I love. I have like a dancier kind of like Afrobeat song that I really, really love, and I can't wait to put out. And then a couple others, but I definitely need to get in the studio and just keep writing.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you so much making the time, and it's so nice to meet you. I will definitely say hi now.
Yeah,
see you out and about.
Say hi.
Is there anything I missed or anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up?
No, not really. I mean, I guess maybe the only other thing is like the movie that I have coming out, but I don't there's not like a set date on exactly when it's going to be out yet, but it's a thriller that I filmed in Thailand. It's called Depravity.
Yeah.
And
gosh, how was that? We talk about going to spots and like all the stuff.
It was so much fun. Like Bangkok is such a cool city.
Oh, cool! You got to explore.
And it was really fun. And I like the entire cast and crew was really cool and laid back. So we would all hang out after we were done filming and meet at like these rooftop bars in Bangkok, and like it was just so magical and so fun. But yeah, it was a really cool experience, and it's like a really sexy kind of like dark thriller. Ooh. And yeah, I'm excited for people to see it. So I don't know exactly when that's coming out, but
keep an eye out for it.
Keep an eye out, folks.
Follow her on the gram. I'm sure she'll be letting us know.
I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you so much again for the time and stopping by and letting us know what you're up to.
Thank you.
Amazing.